Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast. Strangle your demons and let's go.
Y'all need Jesus!
Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast. We are here again, and of course, I am your host, Eric Hellberg. And what do we believe around here? That we're just like Einstein, not in brain power, but that we have no special talents. We are just passionately curious about all things pertaining to men, and how in the hell did we get here? And where is it that we are going? For this moment, though, let's go backwards. I will apologize because I didn't adequately develop some of those ideas presented in episode number 2. There's just so much to go with here. I mean, we're the culmination of all these experiences, our whole life. A lot of them we don't even realize, because in order to get through them, to rise above them, and to take on a role in the direction that our life is going, a lot of times we don't even acknowledge them. You heard me talking about pushing down. Things get pushed down. They get covered up. After they get covered up year by year, it's harder to reach in and access them. In a lot of cases, we have forgotten about them. So in that respect, we are like a jigsaw that I mentioned last time. We're just sticking these pieces in the puzzle to get a clearer picture and understanding of what it is that we are looking at. And in order to do it, I would say, let's use the word successfully. You have to not only be looking at the picture around you as it is presenting itself with each new piece, but Lord willing, you're looking internally. Because I don't think you can truly have success, worth, or feel whole if you're solely doing one of those things. Nor do I believe you were designed to do it that way. It all goes together. But who can do it all? You can keep preaching, hey, just do it. Only better is better. Well, that's real easy. You can take a manly, myopic, laser-like precision focus and from start to finish complete a task, do it with the utmost excellence, but at what expense? Or you can be like my wife, juggle 10 things at one time. They're all adequate, and believe it or not, they usually are more so than that, and they all get done. Which is better? Let's find out. So in that respect, and I'm going to need Mr. Sam, and I am going to need Mrs. Carol to trademark this for me. I've been thinking about it. And these two individuals were instrumental in helping me get this podcast going for you guys. And it's your podcast. We're doing this together. We're growing together. We're feeling these things together. And we're going to take action on them. But what I've surmised is that, did you know every one of us is an artist? Yeah, it's true. The way we live our lives is our artistic expression. That's the output from the input. Some of the input we didn't stick there. A lot of it we did in free will, right? But that output, the expression of how we live our life, that is our art. That is our canvas. That is our instrument. So we're all artists. And how we live our lives is our expression. In living out this life, I mean, you can definitely create a monster that has to be fed. We all get so busy. We all lament it. But we don't stop. And if you're like old Jordan Peterson and you truly have some accountability, civic responsibility, conscientiousness, let's say, maybe you're always striving to do something else. Lord willing, you're not trying to just insert something in there to be busy, but it is easy to do. And you can waste an awful lot of time. But in that vein, when you find yourself so busy and then you just want a respite, you don't want to have to think and you want all your family together. What we have found ourselves doing here lately is binge watching movies. We never did that. We were always so sold out on being productive, doing more. Something else had to be done. Certainly something had to be maintained. COVID may have changed that some, but maybe it's because the kids have gotten a little bit older. Our 19-year-old, soon-to-be 20-year-old daughter and our recently turned 14-year-old son. But maybe with those ages and understanding, the content's changed. And you can only watch Frozen so much. But hey, there's some good messages in Frozen. But yeah, we've been binge watching movies. The only problem is our kids now kind of are starting to come and go. We still have some tough schedules, my wife and I. One of us is always with the kids, but one may not be there, watches the movie with the other, so they missed it, and so then we have to sit down and rewatch it. And if you're like our family, you start watching it, but there's restroom breaks, there's snack breaks. We try to make it profound, whereby we actually visit with one another, so you're not sitting there like mindless automatons soaking in the movie. Although that is what's good about the movie. You don't have to do anything, and you don't have to perform, and you can feel exactly how it is that you would like to feel based upon what is being shown to you. But sometimes these 2-hour movies, they may take 4 or 5 hours by the time we talk and visit and do. And it's a lot of fun. We've come to enjoy it. Last night we watched one. It was called A Million Miles Away. And it was the story of engineer and astronaut Jose Hernandez and his family's struggle because they were migrant farmers. And the dude rises up, despite all that, to become one of, I think NASA would tell you, 500 or less people when you include the International Space Station and the shuttle flights at all that have ever gone up into orbit and or space. And it had a profound impact on me because it just reinforced what I had always seen on my wife's side of her family, half of which are still in Mexico. And my wife has done some amazing things and also grew up as a migrant farmer. What really stood out for me, though, was the sense of familia, family. And despite all the obstacles and all the numbskulls that these people will have within their families, they never abandon one another. They always stick together, and it seems that they remain united in a common cause. Isn't that what we all want? For men, though, when Jose was small, and he's going around from school to school, and he's a child, and he's working like a grown man, but he has one teacher, an Asian teacher, a lady. And she stoops down in front of Jose and gently grabs his chin. And I'm paraphrasing, but says, "Mr. Hernandez, you will be a force in nature. You will never be stopped. You are going to change your family's future." That lady saw something in him, and it had an incredible impact on astronaut Hernandez. And right before he took off on his mission that he had tried so hard to get to and had paid such an enormous sacrifice, and really, he's doing his thing, right? He's just trying to get better and better. It was his family who sacrificed. They sacrificed for him while he chased his dream. How much love is that? That's where the rubber really meets the road. Needless to say, his teacher showed up, talked to him right before the mission, and he acknowledges in tears that she changed his life. That's one catalyst. That will spring you along. But for a man, he needs to hear it from another man. If he doesn't have that figure in his life, it's got to come from somewhere. I mean, for me, I was a light fighter in the Army. That's why I went into the military. That's why I fell into what I talked to you about last episode, where I was chasing these 18-wheelers. Yes, I've repossessed equipment, a lot of large farm implement equipment, construction equipment, tractors and trailers, 18-wheelers for the past 22 years all over the country. Why did I do these things? I wanted to have value. I wanted to have worth. I wanted to hear a man tell me, you have what it takes. And until that man, whoever it may be, tells you as a man, and in my instance, me as a man, and you have lived it out and seen that build up inside of you, man, life is going to be really tough for those around you. Let's pick up on this premise when we start again, and I hope that you enjoyed this, so please subscribe to the Comfortable in Chaos podcast, where for now I will wish you bon voyage, my burgeoning flock. Thank you. Let's enjoy ourselves. Until we meet again, take care.
Until next time, like and subscribe to the Comfortable in Chaos podcast.